Welcome to the Technesthetic Podcast. My name's Eric, and this is Randy.
Hello.
This is the Tech Podcast, dude. We got tech topics today. Not really, but the big one.
We have tech topics. We
always do. We'll talk about the big one, which is Sony buys Bungie, the original makers of Halo, and the current developers of Destiny and Destiny 2 and all that Destiny franchise stuff. So, yeah, we'll talk about that because that's probably the biggest news that we got, and then we'll just talk about whatever we want, dude.
Yeah,
because this is our podcast, dude.
Right, dude? That's the beauty of having your own podcast. It's like,
it is.
No one tells you what to do, dude. This is our box.
We do whatever we want here.
What we say goes in our box.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, dude, where do you want to start, man? You just talked about how you lost 13 pounds. That's kind of huge.
I did lose 13 pounds, man. And, like, it's bizarre, right? Because, like, every girl I've talked to about it is, like, really upset with me. Like it's my fault that I lost 13 pounds.
Oh my God, were they jealous?
I guess, man.
Oh my God.
So like, for those of you who don't know, like all of my friends come over on Saturday nights and we basically just kind of get together. Sometimes we play board games, sometimes we play video games, and we just sit around and drink copious amounts of beer. And when I say like copious amounts of beer, like we could probably polish off a case in a night.
Okay.
So like 24 beers between like 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah. Adds up.
I drink a lot of New England IPAs. So like
270
to 400 calorie beers.
Okay.
So yeah. So like I
so you cut back
3.5 weeks now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just weighed myself and I'm down 12.9 pounds.
Dude, that's nuts.
And like I'll be completely honest with you guys. Like I'm lazy. Like I didn't work out. I didn't change my diet. I didn't do anything else except I just stopped drinking beer on Saturdays.
Wow, that's huge. Though.
Yeah,
that's a big difference. I mean, when I was young, it was like that. Except I cut back on all soda. I used to drink quite a bit, and then like this is when I was like young anyway. So like I kind of shot up in high school.
Sure.
And this was like I was kind of chubby, and then I stopped drinking soda like cold turkey, and then like
cold turkey quit, dude.
Yeah, like if I did drink one, it would be like a diet one or whatever.
What was your drug of choice? Like what soda did you drink?
When I was younger, it was like Coke, just
really?
Like Mountain Dew though is like where it's at. I really like Mountain Dew and stuff. Gamer Fuel,
Dude, Mountain Dew is so good. Speaking of Mountain Dew, my boys came over on Sunday for a D&D campaign, like our first one, where I was the DM. But like Sean brought over like a whole bunch of Code Red because like he wanted to just relive his childhood. So like he literally was just slamming Code Red the entire time. And like that stuff is bad, dude. There's like 76 grams of sugar in one bottle of Code Red. That's like 2 sodas.
Yeah, that's insane. That's way not worth it.
Yeah,
I can't down
soda,
that, dude. That's too much.
A lot of soda.
So you did play D&D. It was in person, huh?
It was an in person. Roll the dice, click clack. World Series of Dice event. Yeah,
impressive.
Yeah.
So like, who did you have like a pre-made like game, like a one-shot campaign that you found, or did you build it? Like, how did it?
This is my first time building it, so I am doing a campaign on Rails. However, it went off the rails really quickly when our party decided to fight a level 3 Manticore, which has triple attack.
Oh my God!
Those of you who play D&D, you probably know what that means, but those of you who don't, I don't know. It just attacks 3 times in a turn, and its tail has a range of 200 feet. So
what the fuck?
You're done. Yeah.
So you wrecked them. Okay.
Yeah.
See, what's funny?
We have a warlock who has an insatiable desire for carnal nature. We have a bard and a paladin, and the paladin uses a 2-handed halberd.
Okay.
And his name is Henry Albert Dionysius, and he signs himself Hal A. Din. So.
Oh my God.
There you go.
That's beautiful. That's pretty funny, man.
There you go, dude.
So let me ask you this, dude. So. If people die, has anyone died? Like any characters died?
Everyone.
Like, everyone's died. So it was a white.
Died.
What do you guys do in that case? Because like,
because it was so early in the campaign, like everyone was level 1. Everyone had their starting items.
Just restart.
They were literally just going to basically just use their same character sheets and just make like Hal A. Din the second.
Okay. The Infinity Blade.
Right. So the only thing I did was the Manticore had like 68 health, right? And they got him down to 27.
Okay.
So I just assumed that we just assumed for argument's sake that they got the mana core to like -3. Like
Okay.
I just set his health pool to like 38.
Right.
You know? And then
Okay.
that would have been a kill because like obviously if it was like later on in the campaign that would have been a different story, but it was literally the first encounter.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of funny because we're, we have a D&D group too, and whenever we have like major deaths, because it's always up to the dungeon master, like how we want to do them. Because
Sure.
I like the more hardcore. Like if you're dead, you miss your saving rolls or whatever. Like you're
The
dead.
3 saving
dude.
rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, you're dead, dude. Like because I like
done.
stakes.
You're
I like
done,
stakes. And
I like steaks too, dude. Medium rare.
medium rare is the way, dude. So, but like a lot of people don't like medium rare. They want to live,
Yeah.
So, some people, were not happy to die. I know that, especially because they kind of got attached to their characters and then they die, and then it's like,
Sure.
And
sure.
so, like, I know when we were doing, I think, a Curse of Strahd or some other campaign, and like, somebody was upset they died, and then we found a way to like bring us back to life or whatever.
Okay.
So we kind of did that, but like, and since they did it for him, I was like, well, yeah, might as well keep. I'll be alive too.
Keep the train running.
He gave
dude.
us a choice, because I could have re-rolled a character and kept going as a different character. But I was like, no, I kind of want to. I'll keep my character too. If you're gonna keep somebody else alive, keep me alive too. And so we worked it out. But I don't know, man. I'm building a campaign right now. I've because like my friends have done it, right? Like I've had friends build one shots where it's like, okay, it's just gonna be one session, or like a shorter kind of short story format where it's like a couple, like a couple sessions. But like I want to do a campaign like eventually. But I think what I'll do is start off smaller and just build something that's like a session, like maybe 2 sessions worth of content, because I want to kind of do world building. I think that's kind of fun.
It is a lot of fun, isn't it, dude?
It is. It's
there's
super fun.
There's a YouTube channel that I've been watching, and like it's a relatively smaller YouTube channel. It's called Bob the World Builder, and it's basically all about like D&D campaigning and being a DM and
that
stuff.
Sounds so good, dude.
And
that's right up my alley right now, because like I'm just now getting into the world building and stuff.
Yeah.
What is it?
What alley is that, dude? Like world building?
Yeah, well, no, like right now, because I'm kind of itching for content, right? For around this topic.
Sure.
So, and I don't want to make common mistakes. Like I'm always somebody that wants to be well researched in whatever they're doing.
Well read, dude.
Well read. So I want to make sure. I don't want to. Yeah, I want to be learned, dude.
Dungeon master, dude.
Well, think about it, right? Like there's so many like little things that you can get out of just doing like a quick amount of research on a topic, right? Like you can like imagine going to a subreddit for the first time, and like I went to this is off topic on topic because we're talking about just like learning, but like I went to it was like the chef knives subreddit, and I was like reading all about like fancy chef knives.
Oh, dude, that's a rabbit hole. Like
it is.
For those of you who don't know, like I'm super into like pocket knives.
Yes.
Like I have 2 Benchmades, and I really want to get like a ProTech knife, I think, next.
Yeah.
Just to like, have a different brand, I guess, in the arsenal. But Benchmade just started to dabble into kitchenware.
Oh my God.
Over the pandemic, like I was trying to like to start cooking more, because like I didn't want to always go out for food, right? So like I would like brave the storm, like when no one knew what the pandemic was, right? Like I would go outside and I would be like, I'm gonna buy all this food, so I only have to make 1 trip instead of like 4.
Right.
And, like I'm gonna learn how to cook shit, and like
hell yeah.
I'll tell you right now, dude. Like cheapo knives in the kitchen, they suck.
They suck, dude.
They're real bad, dude.
They suck bad.
They're real bad.
I bought a well recommended. It was like $35 chef's knife on Amazon, and it was like the perfect kind of like affordable like multi-tool.
Look at
like
this Benchmade knife, dude.
You
want to show the chat, dude?
Yeah, of course. So, okay, wow, this is fancy. So check this. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like just go through their kitchen, their cutlery, really
bring it
quickly.
up,
we are now a knife channel.
Oh my God.
We are now a knife channel.
It's out of stock, dude.
Well, that's a limited edition one. Okay. I mean, like if you look at it, it's Damascus steel. So
shop, right? And then hold on,
just go to cutlery up top. Okay, that's all the kitchen stuff. Yeah.
So I just need
you view all cutlery.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
There you go.
Yeah. Benchmade. This is like your favorite knife.
Yeah, this is my favorite
dude.
knife company, dude. Like they are
meat crafter. Look at that. All right,
and like you can customize everything about it, right? Like you can customize the tang, the blade, the handle.
Yeah. 3-piece set. That's kind of, is that carbon fiber, dude?
It could be carbon fiber. In the picture, it's carbon fiber.
Yeah.
It could also be G10 scales, which is kind of like carbon fiber. It's really popular in the knife world. It's like a good grip and it's hyper durable, but like
table knife set. That's kind of nice. It comes with this box.
Dude, it's really nice.
Hold on, I kind of want to see what this single knife situation is here. Single table knife, dude.
There you go, dude.
How much?
I think
how much
they
is
even
this
let
whole
you pick
set?
your steel too. If I remember correctly, they even let you pick your steel. I may be wrong on that for the cutlery, but they
Built
do
for
let
adventure.
you pick your steel.
Table knife set.
Go buy now. Click buy now.
No. Okay, hold on. This is table knives, right? So
yeah,
it's
this
not
is like this is like a table knife.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so if I buy now on the set of 4, right? Did I hit it?
I don't know what you did.
I swear I hit it. I did something.
It's broken.
Let's just say it's table knife set buy now. Do I have to, it doesn't do it.
The buy now just takes me to the top of the page. It may be broken.
It's dude, did they not want to sell?
If they don't want to sell, dude. Don't want to sell.
Who said dinner had to be boring? Station knife. This one looks like a mean knife, doesn't it?
It does, dude. It looks really good though, doesn't it, dude? It looks really nice.
I mean, yeah, it looks like stone washed almost. What is that? I guess it's just let's see how much this knife costs. It just jumps up too. Unfortunate.
Yeah, it seems like their configurator for the table knife stuff isn't working.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, back to the knife thing. So like, it's basically how I was trying to say is like you can go down a rabbit hole in anything, and like, so like when it comes to world building and storytelling, you know, I've done like RPG Maker stuff in the past. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I'm familiar with RPG Maker. Like, didn't that at one point in time get like a console release?
Yeah, I had RPG Maker on the console, on the PlayStation, and
PS2, right?
Well, they had a PS2 one, but even before that,
really,
yeah, they had a PS1.
I didn't know it went back that far.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had a PS1 one, and it was a lot easier than the PS2 one, which was too much for me. At the time, it was just like too much options. But the PS1 one was like dumb enough to where I could make like an actual game that like I had my friends play, and that was like the coolest thing ever. So world building has always been like a big thing for me. So I'll definitely check that out. You said it was Bob the World Builder.
Bob the World Builder.
So I'm going to check that out. But I want to show you another website that I discovered that's really neat. This is like a map generator, fantasy map generator. I'm going to show the podcast. It's called the Asgar fantasy map generator. It's on GitHub.
This is pretty cool.
This is really, really cool. So this is just a randomly generated map. You can hit new map and you'll get a new one. And the cool thing about this is you can zoom right in, and you got roads, you got towns. If you click on a town, there's a city generator. So it generated this town out of nowhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It tells you the population, the temperature. Like, there's different maps. This is the political map, but then you have like cultural map, religious map, biomes map, height map. So that's just, you know, that's cool. You can actually see the 3D view of the map. So this is like the 3D view here. And
this is a good website.
Height scale, so you can increase it.
This is a good find.
This is unbelievably cool tool that I'm using to kind of just flesh out a little bit of a world. You can go into globe view, so you can see kind of where you're at on a planet, or, you know, so that's kind of cool. You can, there's everything. Places of interest, like it generates for you if you want to use them, where it talks about monsters are here. So this is a really kind of cool template. You can kind of decide what races you want and stuff. And then they have different styles, so you can export like your map as, you know, kind of like an ancient style map or something.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of cool things you like. Look at this ancient map, dude. This looks cool as hell. Look at that.
Dude, that looks great, dude.
Yeah.
Wow,
or you could
really
go
cool.
gloom style. Like, this is such a cool tool. I'm kind of blown away at how good it is. And I'm probably going to end up using this. in my little fantasy world, because
Wow.
I think it's super neat.
It
as
is really
like
neat.
a good baseline
Really
to
neat.
make like a kind of realistic terrain, and then I can build on top of it, like whatever towns I want.
Yeah. No, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because it's one of the cool little finds that I think is cool as hell. But yeah, I'm trying to build a campaign, man. It's probably going to be something I'd work on like casually over the course of a year.
Sure.
And then just and then put stuff together, make characters, and just see how far along I can get whenever I'm bored. But yeah, man, maybe I'll invite you along to play the campaign.
We'll roll some dice, dude. There actually is a piece of tech news I wanted to talk about. It just came to me, dude.
Well, this is a tech podcast.
Yeah,
and we talked about that.
NVIDIA has said that the 3090 Ti or the 3090 Ti we would have information, like more information, concrete information by the end of the month.
Okay.
And we are in February, and they have said nothing.
Wow. Okay, so what's happening with that?
People are just speculating that it's. I mean, this is like really tinfoil hat stuff, right? But people are saying that like the proposed specifications of it, the Founders Edition like stuff can't dissipate the
oh my gosh,
the heat.
Wow.
So like they're saying that like there are certain chips that obviously don't run that hot, right? Like Silicon Lottery and stuff. But like to reach production on the Founders level cards, apparently the Founders Edition cooler can't dissipate that much thermal demand. And
didn't they transition like
that's kind of what I just read in like a bunch of posts on like Hard Forum and stuff.
So real quick,
so it's honestly just speculation, but that's what people are saying.
But the Founder cards, they don't have blower style anymore, right?
Mm-mm.
I'm pretty sure they're like the they got the 2 fans on them.
They
right?
do. They have 2 fans on them, but it has like that smaller PCB.
Yeah. It's not like the fat boy, like the
right.
So for the Win card.
So like if you look at like a Strix, right?
Mm-hmm.
A Strix has like, oh my god, like my 3090 Strix, I think it has what, a 10 phase or like a 12 phase choke.
Yeah.
You can't fit that many phases on the 3090 Founders Edition board because it's that little V, right?
Right.
So the ones they have to use are I guess beefier, and they are just not handling it well. Apparently.
Oh wow.
Again, this is really like super tinfoil hatty stuff because I got it from like a third party, not from a confirmed source. But that's apparently what's going on, is that they're having trouble with the in-house 3090 Ti's because they want to keep the same cooler design and form factor.
Okay.
But they're running out of board PCB space, so they have to use less efficient, like VRMs and chokes, because the board just isn't physically big enough.
So what's this card? Who's this card for, dude?
It's because the 6900 XT is now the top card on 3D Mark.
Wait,
my guess.
Is that true?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, someone got a 6900 XT at stable at 3.1 gigahertz.
Oh,
and it took the highest score, and it beat the 3090.
Yeah, but I still don't see how that's competition, because like the 3090 still has like RTX and other NVIDIA quirks that AMD just doesn't.
So there's twofold, right? So like if you look at 3D Mark, then you go to the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
If you click on, I think it's, what is it? Time Spy Extreme. Is it Extreme or is it?
Well, I'll pull it up here. So I have
it's Time Spy graphics score.
Time Spy Extreme graphics score?
Non-extreme.
Okay. I see it. All right. Yeah, 6900 XT, but it's in Crossfire. Mm-hmm. Oh, but I guess like so are the 3090 ones, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know why we have Crossfire Bench.
Well, it's one of those things that's like it exists because 3D Mark supports the DirectX 12 multi GPU. So if it can be done, people will do it, right?
So if it is this without a bridge then?
Yeah, it's without a bridge. It's like
since like
Ashes of the Singularity does it that way. So
yeah,
like if
I've done
it. 3090s.
Yeah,
you could get 2 3090s running in Ashes of the Singularity.
Can't you use 2 completely different GPUs with DirectX 12 multi GPU?
So?
Yeah, I think you can, dude. I not that you would want to do that for like for multitude.
I think you have
reasons.
some issues with like memory bandwidth, like bumping down to the lowest spec card.
Right.
But I theoretically think you can.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's cool. It's okay. So, wow, that's pretty nutty, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, so is that what you think that? So the 3090 Ti.
Well, I think it's a threefold attack. Okay,
sure.
So like this card or this setup, because it's Crossfire setup, taking the top spot in Time Spy graphics. Like if you look at it, it doesn't have the top spot in Extreme graphics score. It doesn't have the top spot in Port Royal. It only has it in Time Spy normal. But like that's still something, I guess, right?
Yeah, but what isn't that because of what? Like that would be normal would be like a CPU partially, right? Like, hold on, these have Xeons. That's
it's hard
nuts.
to tell because I would say no.
This one has an i9.
I would say no because just because of how 3D Mark is rendered, right?
Well, it's doing the graphics one, right? So it's basically trying to eliminate non-graphical bottlenecks.
Yeah.
Is this like a memory thing? Like a?
It could be. It could be. So it's kind of like like I said, I think there's three reasons. Excuse me. Why the 3090 Ti exists.
Yeah.
The first and major driving factor is obviously greed, right? So if the 3090 is already a cut down die,
right,
and just through the process of making chips, like making silicon, they're going to have perfect dies.
Okay.
So why would they take a perfect die and disable cores and then sell it for a 3090 MSRP when for all intents and purposes they could sell it for a premium and make more money?
Right.
So now the 3090 has kind of been in production long enough that I can almost guarantee you that they're shady enough that every single perfectly binned 3090 die, every perfect, like what was it, MV302 or whatever that came off, they've just been pulling off the assembly line. So like if like report came out that they were doing that and they were like knowingly holding cards from consumers after saying that to like build this inventory for the 3090 Ti, I wouldn't be surprised, and I don't think anyone would be surprised.
No,
so like I think that's the first driving factor is obviously greed. I think the second largest factor is AMD has been pushing out rumors of releasing 6800 XTX and a 6900 XTX, which would be their like Ti equivalent cards.
Okay.
And if they took and if they released a 6900 XTX, that card would probably take the top benchmark spot in all 3D Mark applications.
Wow. Wow.
So
awesome.
That's probably why the 3090 Ti exists.
Well, I mean, that's really cool because I want to see Radeon like come out the gate.
Now, here's the weird problem with that, right? In nearly every actual gaming benchmark and in nearly every productivity benchmark, the 3090 is a better card.
Right.
For some reason, 3D Mark just really favors how AMD's architecture is.
Yeah, and doesn't isn't AMD got like cool shit like what do they call it? They always got like a buzzword thing, the way they like do memory and shit, like it's different. Yeah, I don't remember.
Smart SAM? You talking about SAM?
Maybe.
Smart Access Memory?
Yeah.
I don't think Smart Access Memory's out yet.
Okay.
I mean, or unless I mean,
I don't know. Like,
you have resizable bar now too, right? Like, does your motherboard support resizable bar?
I don't even know, dude.
You have it enabled?
How do I know?
Do you have GPU-Z on your computer?
GPU-Z. Apparently not. Hold on. Let me just pull it. But resizable bar. Hold on. Let me get GPU-Z and I'll tell you. I'm surprised I didn't have it already. I probably do, like a weird version of it or something. Or actually, I think I
sent you a screenshot so like we can compare GPU-Zs, dude.
Okay. So, yeah, let me pull that. Okay, I got my GPU-Z up. I'm gonna hold on. Let me download the image as I share the podcast. Is that cool?
Yeah. Actually, I want to point something out here really quickly too. If you pull up my GPU-Z.
Yeah, 1 second, I'm pulling it. Putting it on my desktop. All right, so here's yours.
Yeah, so if you, perfect. So like if you can make this a little bit bigger and I'll try to like vocally explain it to you for those of you who are listening.
Right. I got it pretty zoomed in, yeah.
Yeah, so like if you see my memory bandwidth, right? That's 1003 gigabytes per second. So I'm already at their 1 terabyte per second threshold bandwidth of the 3090 Ti with my overclock on a 3090. And what's interesting about that too is I run 100% power limit So and that's just because it runs cooler, right? Like my new build, I'm back to the like standard Strix cooler, and that card isn't really designed to be run at 123% power limit on the stock cooler. Like it's really neat that they gave you a card that if you put it underwater, you can get more out of it.
Right.
But when I was underwater, like that was way higher. Like that was probably closer to like maybe like 1040.
Okay.
So which at this point, like memory bandwidth in gaming is a little bit negligible. Like it helps obviously, but like you obviously want to push your core clock first, and then when that's stable, then you start your memory clock. Yeah. But on air, I guess my point is I'm already at that 1 terabyte per second threshold that they're advertising on the 3090 Ti. So I don't really expect a whole lot in terms of performance gains from the 3090 Ti. You know, so. But yeah, dude, if you look on the bottom right, here it says resizable bar.
Mine's disabled, dude. So check this out. This is mine, dude. Oh my god, it looks so much worse.
What a noob.
Look at this. It's disabled and like that 10 gigs of memory compared to your 24, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. Look at your pixel fill rate, dude. Whoa, what are you doing? And your texture fill rate, dude. What card is that, dude?
Oh my god, dude. Like
flop it. GT 730, like, dude?
Oh my god. Hold on, let me pull yours back in. I just want to look at a good card for a minute. Oh my god. Like flopping back and forth. It's like
there you go, dude.
It goes from good to bad. I should have got a 3090, dude. What was I doing?
Dude, literally, I offered to sell this one to you.
He did, and I was like, well, yeah, but you know, no. And like now I'm gonna get a 3090 Ti, dude.
Yeah, we'll see, dude. Good luck with that.
I'm not, because like I'm waiting for like the 4000 series. Yeah. I need to be like I need a chunk of performance boost. So, and I'll probably go with a 90 card for that gen, like a 4090.
So after stream,
you
definitely want to enable your bar. So
how do I do that? Is it like a motherboard thing? Like,
it's in BIOS. It's in BIOS.
Can you tell me and the podcast why I need to do that?
Sure. So we were talking about that like buzzword stuff, like SAM, like Smart Access Memory. And if you remember, like AMD had like a whole like presentation on what Smart Access Memory is, right?
Okay.
And I think essentially what resizable bar is in terms of like the actual definition is it basically just allows the it's basically a PCIe like interface technology, right?
Right.
And your VRAM and stuff is constantly moving textures around, you know, sending as many, you know, stuff from the CPU to GPU transfers.
Right.
Whereas like resizable bar instead of doing like a request as needed process, it can access the entire frame buffer as if multiple requests were made.
Okay.
So transfers can like happen like concurrently rather than queuing.
Oh,
so it's more like it can access memory. It can access system shared memory in almost like an out of order parallelization instead of having to pull it in.
Well, that sounds good because it sounds like I'm getting rid of a bottleneck.
You are, and like AMD pointed that out in like their big thing, right? So essentially, like AMD made this big thing about SAM,
right?
And then if you remember, there was like a little drama that was like, "Oh, what do you mean? Like that's so great that AMD has it, you know?"
Yeah.
And,
okay.
NVIDIA was like, "Yeah, we can do that too," and then for saying we can do that too, they got even more like blowback because they're like, wait a minute, you guys had this and you just didn't do it.
Yeah.
So like
that's true.
So like that's what I mean about them being like
Scummy,
a shitty company,
dude.
right? Like
yeah.
So like anyway, like here's a good example. Like this is just like a basic one I found online if you want to pull it up. So like the red is with resizable bar off, and then the purple is with resizable bar on. Like obviously at like certain resolutions and like obviously the better your card, the better the performance is going to be, right? But like that's literally 10 FPS for like,
free. For free, basically.
For switching a toggle in BIOS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
no.
like yeah.
Dude, that's some scummy shit, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
so
I swear to
anyway,
God, it's like these companies like hold the shit to their chest so they can reveal it when they need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we could do this, but let's wait until AMD come out with some shit and then we'll be like, surprise.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
It's dirty.
It's bizarre world, but yeah, man, like
it's what it is. It's dirty.
It's really, really weird. Yeah, dude, it's super weird.
Pisses me off, but what can you do?
It gets even funnier because obviously, like certain games are going to be a little bit different, You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm just trying to find like different graphs for people. You know, like for example, in Death Stranding at 4K, you gain 9 FPS. You know, some is like 2 or 3, but still,
Well,
it's
once
almost
you go
always net
higher
positive.
res,
Yeah,
you're getting
yeah,
like less typically.
yeah.
But it's still like you need all the frames you can get at higher res still, you know, because it's
Right,
like
right.
it's the most demanding. So every frame counts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially at 4K. Like if like I don't think many people are gaming at 4K unless you're like running a 3080 or better.
Yeah.
Like 2080 Ti maybe. Like I remember that was like the first card where you could say 4K gaming is kind of okay.
It's like, yeah, it works. It works.
It works, but like not with ray tracing though. But like
Yeah.
it works with rasterized games.
I do want to add that if anyone of our listeners are looking for it, I believe it's only Zen 3, so like Ryzen 5000 series.
Yeah.
On the AMD side, and it's Intel 10th, 11th, and 12th gen that supports resizable bar because it's a PCIe technology, right? So like the chipset has to support it.
Okay.
So like Zen 2, like if you have like a 3900 XT or a 9900K, you
Right.
won't have resizable bar on those platforms.
Yeah. So I guess there is partial reason to upgrade your actual motherboard and stuff, right?
Yep.
You know, I think for a lot of people, I always tell them like, well, you probably can get away with holding onto your CPU for 3 to 5 years, but there are advancements that happen.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure.
You know,
sure.
and like you don't want to miss out on some of them, but you know, most people it probably don't matter on the CPU front. Like they can get a GPU and get like substantial improvements, but yeah, the CPU maybe not so much. I'd say with 12th gen. Like if you haven't upgraded in a while, like 12th gen Intel is like where it's at. The modern AMD is good. If you have like, I still have a lot of friends that are anti-Intel. You know,
they're weird, dude.
Well, yeah, they're a little weird, but you know, I think what it is over the many years, everyone's looked at Intel as the expensive option. So,
yeah, that's true. That's
true.
I mean, Intel definitely costs a decent amount.
Yeah, you pay more, but
yeah.
I think you get more. So to me, it's like, well, pay more, like, and get more. You know,
pay more, dude.
And once I remember when I finally went to Intel for the first time, I was liberated. Like I was like, this feels great. Like I had so many issues with AMD. I just went through like this was back when like Bulldozer was coming out and shit.
Sure.
And like you know back then, and then like I went to Intel after that. After like they kind of failed me with Bulldozer and everything, like that kind of sucked. But yeah, like I always had issues with AMD's performance until you know recently when they started to come out, and now Intel's back on top. So kind of cool. I love what they're doing, but like the biggest thing Intel's got going on right now is what they're doing with Windows 11. And
oh yeah, dude. I mean, we kind of talked about it a bit on the last podcast.
A lot, yeah.
I mean,
so
now
good,
I'm yet farther into my experience on Windows 11, and it just feels so good, right? Like I can't really vouch for people who have Windows 11 with non-thread directed processors,
right?
But it's a really nice experience, right? Like even for like daily tasks, right? And like I'm not shitting on my MacBook because I love my MacBook, I really do. Like,
right.
It's still probably I still prefer Mac OS. Right? I'm just to be straight. I still prefer Mac
at an
OS.
OS level. But if if Windows works well, it's great.
But like I think a really good example is I would purposefully not edit photos or do like normal PC related tasks on my Windows PC. I just wouldn't do it.
Right.
You know, like if I was paying bills or checking email or doing something like that.
Right.
I just want to do it on Windows, and I just grab my MacBook. If I was editing photos, I would grab my MacBook.
Right.
And like the like you know like doing normal PC tasks like paying bills and checking email and stuff is kind of like a meaningless task, right? But like the fact that I would have to you know turn on my computer and wait for it to boot and load into Windows and then open up Firefox, you know, whereas with my MacBook I literally just open the lid and it's ready to go.
Right.
You know,
right.
So that's why those tasks were kind of relegated to the MacBook. That wasn't really a problem of like Windows 10 or Windows 11. But just like, you know, like importing and exporting photos and still having usability of my machine is so much better on Windows 11 than it was on my Windows 10 machine with my 3900 XT.
Right.
So I'm back to enjoying editing photos again on my Windows-based machine.
Yeah, I mean that's great, man. I mean, and it's not like it's bad. You know, the Windows is good.
No, it's not
just,
bad at all. Yeah.
You know what I think I'm gonna do is I will go Windows 11, but I'm gonna wait until I do the big PC upgrade.
Yeah, so it's like a whole new experience.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be like completely fresh. You know, I'll have
whole new world.
And it'll be good because like right now, like my Windows 10 build is kind of set. Like I don't want to mess with anything. I got like a lot of weird stuff installed that like I'm not sure if I could get it running.
You a weirdo, dude?
Yeah, I'm a weirdo, dude. I got like a bunch of weird software that like once you install it and you got everything pointed to the right directories and everything,
no,
it's like, oh my god.
I know what you mean. Like I'm kind of that way with like Mac, right? Like I'm scared to death to get a new Mac. I want a new Mac, and I'll get a new Mac. Because I have so many like little quirky BSD stuff installed on Mac.
I literally
more
just
so than Windows.
Yeah, but Time Machine restore to your new Mac.
Yeah, but like I don't know, fresh installs are so clean, dude.
Well, you know, my Mac OS install never felt dirty compared to Windows. Like I'm sure it does get bloated, but like I
never felt dirty. But like, I think a really good example is like. When I started doing like video and photo stuff for work, and before I had a work MacBook, I did everything for work on my personal MacBook. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like it still has like that like
you got work stuff.
personal. Yeah, dude. Like I don't want that on the next one, dude. The next one's just me, dude. You know?
Yeah, so, I get you. I get you.
But like I use Cask a lot. I use that pixel resizer a lot.
Yeah.
Cask is something that I couldn't live without. I use Alfred.
Cask? Hold on.
I have Alfred set up
Alfred's
the
a search thing.
Right. Cask is like a command line like BSD based like file.
Is this spelled how it sounds?
Archive system.
Like, how is this?
Like cask, like beer cask.
Oh, okay.
Like if you just type Cask Mac OS, it'll come right up.
I'm trying to look it up just to.
The basic way I can put it is it basically allows you to run like apt get on Mac OS.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. Okay. So, yeah, okay.
But like what's super cool, right, is like nearly every application that you would use is on there. So like you can just do like cask/up. Like Element is on there, right? And then it'll just update everything on your computer, right? Like you don't have to download anything. Yeah, dude. Like that's why I use it, right?
That's very powerful.
So like
even Element.
So like Alfred's on there, Element's on there, Firefox is on there. You know, like things like Capture One is on there. So like you can just do like cask up, and then it'll just do it in the background. Yeah,
how?
Dude. Like you know how like Pi-hole up runs, dude. Like it runs just like that. It's the same exact thing.
Oh my god, that's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
That's super cool. Wow, dude. Can you like have multiple things like in a list and it'll just you can.
Yeah.
You just be like you could have like your default like almost script. You just run it.
Yeah. No, dude.
And it just was and it's got all your apps like deployed within seconds.
Yeah, dude. It's like command line night and like apt get.
Yeah.
All in one unique.
That's cool.
And like
man.
it just runs in terminal. So like you always have it. It doesn't have any sort of like you know, clunky user interface. It's super lightweight because it's just built into. It's just built off of BSD.
I don't know if I'm on the right spot.
You know,
is this what I'm looking at here?
That's it.
Yeah, and I'm just seeing like, it's like everything.
Yeah. Those are just some samples, obviously,
Alfred,
but yeah.
I don't have Alfred yet. Don't you got to pay for that?
It's a one-time fee, so it's something you would buy.
If you okay, so you just get it and then you're done. As long as it's not a subscription, I don't care.
Nope, it's a one-time fee.
Yeah. So I'm okay with one-time fee stuff, dude.
And like, if you're interested in Alfred, I would recommend watching the Snazzy Labs video on it.
Yeah, I've watched him. He goes over a lot of great.
He would explain Alfred way better than I could, and he also has a video on Cask as well.
Oh, okay, that's probably where you got it.
It was where I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like some really cool ways he uses Mac OS. I love watching those videos where he goes over like, you know, I use these weird programs and they're really awesome and I got to tell you about them. And I'm just like, yeah, dude, I'm hyped about this.
Those are the best videos. They're like 45 minutes long.
I know.
Like, they're like some of his best work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Did you see his new studio? He made
a video I really don't like it.
Yeah, it's kind of it's got like a weird office-y vibe to it.
Yeah, like
but
part of what made like you and I always talked about like how like Snazzy had like the best studio setup, and I feel like he doesn't have that anymore.
Well, it used to be like really moody and kind of dark, but like it had a vibe, and like now he's going into that more like Apple-y kind of bright room, like wood, Like
but it's like,
but not quite.
It's like what he said, dude. It's like high school lab wood, like that wood that like you would never want in your home.
I know,
like that wood that seems like it's always like painted with chemicals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird.
Well, he's probably, you know, I'm sure they're gonna work on it, right? Like,
I hope they're gonna work on it, dude.
I do too, because I want to see. I like his videos a lot because they're just, I don't know, I like him. So, you know, and he puts out like really good Apple content, you know, base content. So I like him.
He does, dude.
But yeah,
I have to watch this the best iPhone ever video yet. I didn't watch that one
the
yet.
tier list. Yeah, he did like an iPhone
You watch
tier
it?
list. Yeah, I watched it, but it was kind of like one of those things that was like on the TV while I was playing the Pokemon game on the Switch. And yeah, so I was kind of like half watching it, just kind of like, oh, that's funny. He put that there, you know.
So speaking of, I heard you finally bit the bullet and bought a Switch OLED.
Yeah, I did. You know, oh man, I got a little bit of a story. So I might have told you already, but I'll tell the podcast. So, you know, I was, you know, the new Pokemon game just came out like last Friday or something. Pokemon Legends Arceus. It was like on the, maybe, yeah, it was last Friday. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm excited to play it. And I was gonna, you know, play it on emulator, but then, so I tried it out on my PC. And before I buy it, because I wanted to do the try before I buy. And I played enough of it to realize, yeah, I want to give this a shot. And plus, it's kind of like a little jank on PC, because, you know, the way emulators work with modern stuff. A little jank. It was still good, but it it was a little jank. And I had to do like hard work to make it work well. I had to like download like a shader cache. Like, yeah, it was complicated. But anyway, I ended up deciding to buy it on the Switch. And I was like, well, if I'm going to play it on the Switch, I want to play it on the OLED Switch, right? Like, and then I went on, I was like, well, maybe I can go out and get one today, you know? Like, this was on Saturday, I'm thinking this. And because I hadn't bought the game yet. And I was like, all right, well, let me look. And I saw that my local GameStop had like 3 in stock. And it was set for like same day delivery if I bought
Local GameStop, dude.
Yeah, but I didn't get it though. Long story short, my credit card was wigging out, and by the time I fixed it, I had to be on the phone with them and stuff. By the time I fixed it, it was out of stock. I was so mad. So I ended up buying it on Amazon. You actually helped me with that, and it's coming. It'll be here on Saturday, according to Amazon. So
it's sold out on Amazon now, by the way.
Yeah, so you helped me actually, because it was in stock, but like only the inflated sellers, when I looked at it, had it in stock. But then you looked at it and you're like, dude, it's right here. I was like, what?
There it is, dude.
You're like, yeah, it's right here, Prime or whatever. And I was like, what? So
Prime delivery, dude. Yeah. Did it ship yet? Like, is it like a confirmed
yeah,
shipment?
It's shipped, and it's I got tracking and stuff. So
we're good, then.
Yeah, I'll definitely be getting it, but yeah, it's coming from California, so it's like okay. And I don't know how they're shipping it or whatever, but I'll have it in hand, so I'm excited because I've been playing. I already beat like the Pokemon game, dude. Like I
you beat Arceus already?
Yeah, Arceus. Yeah, Arceus? It's Arceus or Arceus. It was really good.
You were like, oh, this game's gonna suck, dude. You were like so against it.
I was 50-50, dude. Like I was excited about what the game could be from a gameplay perspective, because it was a completely different concept. Like the Pokemon Company and Game Freak decided we're going to do things differently than we've done with every other Pokemon game, which is obviously very exciting as a Pokemon fan. Like I've played basically every Pokemon generation.
Sure.
And so I was like, yeah, I want them to change it up, dude. It's been the same thing for like how many years has Pokemon been around? So like
it's been a long time.
It's been forever. Like since like I don't know, like 20 some years or some shit.
So I heard that like you can throw like 2 Pokeballs at the same time and you don't have to like weaken things.
Yeah, exactly. Base. So you can just chuck the balls at the Pokemon, like in
chuck balls, dude.
You just chuck them, dude. You have to craft them and then you chuck them, and then they hit them, and then maybe they're caught. They might break out. If they break out, they might run away. They might want to fight you.
If you weaken them, do you have a better opportunity?
Yeah. Some Pokemon are really strong, and like they'll just resist being caught. So you have to battle them, weaken them, and then catch them the traditional way. But I don't know. I love the catching in this game. You know what's fascinating is this game really wants you to catch every one of them, dude. Like catch them all, legit.
Gotta catch them all,
and like not just one of each type. It wants you to catch like 5 of one Pokemon. Actually, I think
5.
The max you can do is 25, and then you complete like the little challenge it gives you. So like to complete your Pokedex, you can't just catch a Pokemon and then have it completed. You have to do tasks to fill in and do the research on each Pokemon. So to research a Pokemon,
so there's a lot of gameplay in there.
You got to catch the Pokemon an X amount of times. Sometimes it's like catch this many without being seen. So you'd be like in the grass. Like you're like, I'm the one in the tall grass this time, motherfucker. I'm sneaking
I'm
up.
the one in the tall grass.
Yeah,
and you listen to yourself talk sometimes?
I'm in the grass, bitch. And then you throw the ball and you catch them and you're like, yes.
I'm in the grass, bitch.
And then like some of them are like battle X amount. And then some of them is like use a super effective move against them X amount of times. So there's tasks you to do. And as you complete them, once you get 10 completed tasks, you'll complete the Pokedex entry. And like you have to complete the Pokedex to rank up. You're in like this organization. They're like survey team, survey corps. And what you have to do is rank up your star ranking all the way from 0 to 10 stars. And depending on how much you progress the Pokedex, you'll rank up. And the cool thing about ranking up is you get more rewards, more money, and you'll also it's kind of like gym badges equivalent. Because like in the old games, you had 8 gyms, and every gym you beat, you got new stuff unlocked. And you could it's like Pokemon up to this level will obey you. It's the same thing with the stars. So you need to get, I think to beat the game, you got to get to at least 5 stars. I was at like 6 stars when I beat it. So it's at least the main kind of like story. The story doesn't end when you beat it. Like after credits roll, there's like post game, and then you have to beat the post game. So that's where I'm at. I'm still in the post game, but the post game, let's just summarize it.
Okay.
I have to catch them all right now.
So so you're making good progress.
Yeah, so I beat the game. It took me over 30 hours I've been playing it. So I've kind of been binging it. And my recommendation of it, like I'm not going to do a full-blown review here, but I'll give you a quick summary.
Okay. Yeah, give me the rundown.
The rundown is it's a Pokemon unlike any other. The graphics, they kind of suck, but they're better than I thought they were going to be. Because like the screenshots you saw that were kind of the memes, are like the worst possible.
So it's like that water one that like everyone's been tossing around, like against like Oblivion or whatever.
Yeah, versus Oblivion. That's like the worst case scenario, and like I never felt like it looked that bad in the game.
Because that screenshot looks pretty bad.
I think the game does look bad, and in some areas it looks terrible. Like it does some weird pixely weird shit around like outlines around stuff at times. And I'm like, that shouldn't look like that. That's like a weird, ugly oversight. I wish they would have fixed it. Right. So there's definitely some laziness on the graphics department, but the gameplay makes up for it for me.
Okay.
Obviously I'm a Pokemon fan, but I've been critical of what they've done over the years. But with that being said, I had a lot of fun with this one, and I want to keep playing it. So.
Really?
I think that if I had to recommend something, I wish they had multiplayer in a bigger way. They really don't have any multiplayer in this, not even battles.
Not like what the Sword and Shield had?
No, you can do trade. You can trade other players, but you cannot even battle other players online. Wow. So there's like...
Is that something coming in the future, or are they just like, no, we're done, we're not doing that?
I know that they've said they're not doing it, but I'm really curious if they'll come out with like DLC or something in the future, maybe an expansion, because I think that this game's selling really well, and I think Game Freak would be dumb not to expand it in some way, whether it be in an expansion and then add multiplayer components to that. I think that would be the ideal solution, but I don't know. I think it's worth a pickup though if you're a Pokemon fan.
I am, dude. I am. It's just a bad time, right? Like, I feel like usually like November is the time when you get hammered with games, but like it seems like it's now, right?
Dude, early this year we knew it was going to hit hard because all the games are coming out. I know we got buddies trying to get Dying Light 2.
I got it, dude. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you're ready to. Isn't that like this?
It, dude? Friday.
I don't know. Friday, right?
Friday,
I got friends wanting to play that. I don't know if I'm playing it yet.
I can preload it, dude. I'm preloading.
Do it. I have to watch some reviews and make a decision. But like I might get it. I don't even know. I might get it. Maybe I'll be done with Pokemon and bored, and I'm not done with Monster Hunter though. I'm still wanting to play it, but
let's play Monster Hunter, dude. Let's play tomorrow.
Yeah, we can still play Monster Hunter.
Play tomorrow.
Yeah, we can do that. Dying Light though, it's looking like I'll probably get it, but we'll see.
It's fun, man. It's fun. Good game. Good time.
Yeah, but like Elden Ring's coming too. I still don't know if they're gonna fix that exploit you talked about.
I don't know, man. Like remote code execution is pretty scary.
It's been 2 weeks now, I think, that their FromSoft's multiplayer has been down on like all their games, at least the ones that.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? Like I don't know, like so like I don't know how like difficult it would be for them to change the netcode in Elden Ring though.
Well, I'm not sure where the vulnerability exists and how they would patch it. I don't know enough about it. Okay. All I know is like they have to fix it, right? Like Elden Ring is coming. I know a lot of people on Steam are talking about like, yo, maybe we should cancel our pre-orders until they like guaranteed have this shit fixed. And I'm like, maybe you're right. Maybe I cancel and then just wait, you know, and then because like I don't want to give them my money knowing everything's broke. Why would I do that?
I did not pre-order it yet, so
okay.
I did not bring it.
Yeah, I don't know. I pre-ordered it because I love Dark Souls now.
I do apparently. Too. Like I was going to pre-order it, to be honest with you. I was just going in like an order, right? So like, all right, I'm buying the game. I'm gonna buy Dying Light. All right, I'm gonna buy Monster Hunter. All right, I'm gonna be a Lost Ark because that comes out next. You know?
Yeah. When you say Lost Ark, yeah, that's that
that,
MMO
like, really popular
kind of
Korean
Diablo
MMO
looking
that
thing.
People are like,
well, it's
like the best game ever made. I
it's
mean,
overwhelmingly
like,
positive.
Yeah.
On Steam,
yeah,
I watched
like,
the video you showed me. I
showed
good, Amanda. Right? I was like,
looks
yo,
good,
check this out. Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah. So it's interesting because like I'm going through like the comments on Steam for Elden Ring, and people are like, what I think is I'll be playing this game offline for the first 90 playthroughs anyway.
No way, dude. Like to me, I love the online experience. And here's the thing. I respect that. I think that playing through a FromSoft game like solo is like really awesome, right? Like because you beat everything yourself. You don't feel like you had help or anything.
Right.
So it's like I think that's an achievement. I think that's good, and I'll probably do that a lot as well. But yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of want to play it with my friends. I kind of want to be able to like PvP. I'm not really so into it until like I've beat the game and everything, so I don't really care about that. But like some of my favorite things about Dark Souls is the notes on the ground, like seeing like people's little notes.
Oh,
scribbled.
Like the trolley boy notes?
Yeah, I love the trolley ones. Sometimes you get helpful ones. It just makes me feel like, especially because
you're part of a bigger world, like a living world, right?
It's true, and Dark Souls is such a dark and gloomy place to be anyway. It kind of just like takes that edge off a little bit that makes it like easier for me to get through the game. You know what I mean? Because it's just like such a stressful game with how hard it is at times that like that playful nature of other players kind of just like being trolly just like is lighthearted enough to like, I don't know, get me through the stress, I guess, you know? So and like you also see like little phantoms walking around. Those are other players, right? They look like little ghosts and you can see them like walking around and stuff. And you just, I don't know. It's just something about that I really enjoy, and not having that in Elden Ring would just make me sad. So especially the first weeks of the game when everyone's going to be jumping on there and you're going to just see everybody running around and like, you know, and then to see the early invaders and stuff wanting to troll you. It's just going to be fun, dude. I want to be there for the launch of the game. So they better get their multiplayer together.
Yeah, we'll see, right? We'll see.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about our main topic of the day, dude.
All right.
Which was Bungie being bought by Sony.
Yeah, this is interesting.
For $3.6 billion.
Which seems like nothing compared to the Activision purchase.
Yeah,
right?
that was like what? Like that was a comic.
67, was
it? It was like 69 billion or some crazy shit. Yeah, which is funny because didn't Bungie was owned by Activision for a bit, like, right? Bungie was under Activision for like a hot minute.
Oh, yes they were. Yes they were, because they were on the Battle.net launcher.
Yeah. So it was funny because, you know, they did that. So just rewind a little bit. They were under Microsoft for a bit, right? Made Halo. And then eventually it was like, we want our independence. This is just a little history lesson for those that don't know. And they were like, we want our independence. They gave Microsoft the Halo IP in an agreement where they could separate and become independent. So, okay, that happened. Microsoft made 343 Studios, and they put Halo under that. And then all the Bungie guys, they started working on their next project, which ended up being Destiny. and I think they might have made some other stuff too. I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I don't really know. But I know Destiny was the big one, and they made Destiny 1. It came out. I didn't play it. I'm going to be honest.
Which one?
Destiny 1. Like, I didn't play the OG one. Destiny 2, at some point, they got picked up. They went with Activision because they wanted more funding, but they kept claiming, like, we keep our creative freedom and independence, but we need some funding. So we're going to go with Activision. Then they split with Activision for a bit, became independent, and now Sony comes in and grabs them. So what do you think, man? What do you think? It's pretty funny.
I didn't read too much about Sony's intentions for Bungie. Do you?
So what? Well, here's the thing. Like
is Destiny 3 or whatever, or are they going to force?
I don't think
Bungie
we're getting another
it?
Destiny. I think it's just Destiny 2.
2 forever.
Yeah.
Well, here's why I asked that, right? Because apparently Destiny 1 was built with certain limitations in mind. And then when Activision bought Bungie, Activision forced Bungie to make a new Destiny.
Ooh.
So I don't know if Sony will pull a similar move. Like the reason we have a like you could look this up. The reason why we have a Destiny 2 is because Activision said, "No, you're making a new game."
Yeah, really curious if that was the case, cuz if that is the case, maybe they will make a Destiny 3.
Yeah.
Who knows? And honestly, I wouldn't be too upset about that. I think it's fine. But you see what they've been doing with Destiny 2 where they've had like these routine releases of new content. But the problem with that is they've been locking out old content, I'm pretty sure. Like, wasn't that the criticism?
I don't know what it exactly is. So, like, my intel might be wrong on this, but the baseline premise is the same. But something in the Destiny engine can't exceed X value. So, in order for them to add new content, something has to go. Like, it seems bizarre to me. That's apparently what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that either. But like, I guess I can understand the perspective that if they keep balancing, patching, and changing the game, like they'd have to constantly tweak old content to make sure it still works. You know what I mean?
See, I thought it was just an engine limitation.
It could be. I have no idea. But like, I don't know. I think it's kind of stupid though that players that pay for content get locked out of that content.
Yeah.
Right, like you bought the game in the state that you bought it, and then the game changed. It's like games as a service games, like World of Warcraft and things like that. They've changed over the years, but typically it's just been an additive thing, except for maybe like when Cataclysm remade the world and stuff. But like, you know, they still tried to keep like the OG stuff around, even if it was remade a little bit.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just so weird. Because I'm not paying a monthly fee for Destiny 2, but it's still this games as a service sort of like philosophy where they keep taking away content as they add new content, but you got to pay for the new content. Oh, psych, you lost the old content.
Gone.
You got to pay for it. You want the new content, dude. I'm sorry, your content just dried up. Pay up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like a subscription model, but not really, but it is because you have to pay to play, you know? So I don't know. I think that here's the thing with Bungie, that you know they've claimed they want to take over the world, they want to be independent, they want to. This is kind of like the Bungie motto or whatever.
Yeah, right. And it's not what they're doing at all.
No, it's weird. I know that the Verge article here that you sent me, it's kind of funny because they're like, Microsoft has Halo, Epic has Fortnite, and Sony doesn't have anything. So they were like, Destiny, let's take it. But you know, the weird thing is, if that's the case, it doesn't really match up with what Bungie's saying about the acquisition, where they want to remain multi-platform. They want to remain to be available, widely available.
But like, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they say they want to remain multi-platform in Destiny 2? Like, didn't they specifically say Destiny 2?
Well, in the article, it just says future of Destiny. Hold on. Because if it is Destiny 2 exclusive,
because I saw a different article.
Destiny 2 will remain multi-platform, but that's So I guess if
maybe
there is a Destiny 3,
not be that way.
If that's the case, then
that's the case, man,
they can't say they lied. They said Destiny 2 will
correct,
and
that's correct.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird.
It is weird.
Sony hasn't had zero shooters. They had a couple, but they never really hit hard. You know what I mean?
Uncharted is really good.
Yeah,
but
but
they don't have like a good multiplayer
FPS,
shooter.
You know
right.
what I mean? Like a straight first-person shooter game. Like they had, what was that one game? See, I don't even remember the name of it. That used to be like Sony's kind of big one. It was like
Mag?
No, not Mag.
Mag?
Not Mag. It was a different one. Sci-fi-ish. Resistance? Yeah.
Killzone?
Those are names I remember.
Yeah, but like these are mostly single player games, right? Like how many people are like, "Yo, dude, I'm playing Resistance online."
Well, I think when I got like a PS4, like I had like the new Killzone game or something.
Well, yeah, because there's a launch title. It looks really nice.
Yeah, it did. So I picked it up. I played it online. It was kind of fun. But like,
it wasn't too bad online.
It's not like
it wasn't too bad online.
Nobody remembers it. Like I don't remember.
Right.
It.
It's forgettable.
It's like a generic. We made a FPS sort of game, and it's a launch title. It's like the only reason you remember it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it wasn't like anything significant that's memorable and like groundbreaking. Yeah, so Sony hasn't really had a historical good FPS.
They haven't, dude.
So this might be good for Sony. I don't know. It depends on how independent Destiny actually stays. So
yeah, who knows, man? Who knows, right? It's a bizarre world at this point.
I'm gonna be
everyone's buying everyone.
Hot take, dude. I mean, you're right about that, but I don't really care for Destiny, dude. I don't care for it.
I want to like Destiny. Like, I really want to like Destiny, right? Like,
yeah. I don't know, man.
I like RPGs. I like shooters. It's just not fun. Every time I try to get into it, like, you know what it is? Like, here's my problem with Destiny.
Okay.
Nothing you do matters.
No. It doesn't feel like it does anyway.
Like, you never feel yourself get stronger. You can still do content that,
you can't die. Like,
yeah,
because you just, the Guardians can't die or whatever. Like, it's weird.
Right. Like, nothing. And then like a new expansion comes out and they basically just reset everything. Like all power levels get normalized and stuff. All your light levels get normalized. So it's like, so whatever gear I did get in the past, I know, no longer means anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Well, it's just like a MMO, right? Where like the new content comes out, you 10 more levels, and then now all your shit's irrelevant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen in Monster Hunter when we end up getting the new DLC. Like our gear's gonna be immediately worse than the starter gear in Master Rank when it comes, and it's like hilarious.
Well, like Destiny's a little worse, right? Like I'm sure someone is gonna like nose up their glasses in the comments, like that's not how it works.
I don't know. Somebody
or like give me a technical response
because I don't know.
So like essentially, dude. Like, I have a friend who's like obsessed with Destiny, right?
Do you?
And like he's been trying to get me to play it constantly. And like, all right, I'll give it a shot, like, because again,
we gave it a shot.
Like, yeah, like the idea of Destiny is cool, right? Like we like RPGs, we like we like armor grinds, we like first person shooters,
right?
We like the Halo universe, like so he reeled me in because for Bungie's 5th anniversary or 10th anniversary, is it? 20th anniversary?
Something.
I don't know. Bungie's anniversary back in December, they were bringing in items from their other games, and he's like, yo, if you sign into Destiny now, you can get a battle rifle in Destiny.
Yeah, you told me about that.
And like I was like, oh dude, that sounds sweet.
Yeah.
So they drop you as soon as you start the game, right? So like this was my new player experience, okay?
Right.
They dropped me into the game, and immediately I was sent into this event. Immediately sent into the event. I couldn't get to a hub world. I couldn't see what my gear was. I literally fell into this event, and the event was designed around like a fire team, which is like 3 or 4 people.
Right.
Well, immediately the rest of my fire team left. So it was literally just me, just corpse running this entire thing.
Right.
It was the worst player retention experience I've ever had in any video game.
Right.
And like, apparently it got so bad that like people who are new to Destiny, they're called blueberries because they have all blue gear instead of like epic gear, so they call them blueberries. So the players actually had to make a campaign called Save the Blueberries, where higher level players would just queue up so new players could complete the game and get to the actual game because it was such a poor experience for a returning player.
That's terrible, dude. I don't know why. So this is what really throws me off with Bungie and Destiny 2 is like they've always done these missteps with the game.
Yeah.
Like I've always heard people like complain on Reddit and other places, like, and people, to be honest, on these whenever you go to like a games subreddit, like that's where typically people hate on it.
Yeah, because they're passionate about it,
because
right?
they're passionate about it. But I kind of understand that, so I kind of take everything they say with a grain of salt, and I kind of understand that. But like I think their criticisms are very valid.
It could actually be a good indication, right? Because like if there's enough people who are passionate about a product, that means that's a decent player base.
Well, I mean, Destiny is big. Like it's a big IP. You know, it's obviously a big deal, and I think the games look beautiful. Like the art direction and design is very powerful and strong. Yeah. I think the story is a little corny. Whenever I see it, I kind of just throw up. They've woken
the hive.
Yeah, it just makes me sick. Everything makes me sick about it. It's just so corny, dude.
Yeah, it's weird. And like the first one had like that really weird, like where they tried to incorporate every device you have into the game. You remember that?
Oh no.
Yeah, so like if you were exploring the world, okay, and like you found like an artifact, you would have to pick up that artifact and then go to the website under your profile to read that like artifact. So like read that lore piece.
Oh my god.
You couldn't read it in game. You had to use your cell phone.
That's terrible.
On like the app or like the website.
Right.
Because they wanted like this like living world where they're like, oh, you know, like we envision this game where people are going to be playing the game, they're going to collect all these lore articles, and then they're going to go to bed and go on their phone and read these lore articles in bed. Cool idea. But like, give me the option to also read it right there in game, or make it like an audio log they can listen to while I'm playing. Like, don't only give me the option where I have to leave your game to learn more about it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's
so
not
like
good.
That was kind of a like that was kind of a miss for me.
The game should stand on its own, and then the auxiliary content should just enrich it.
Right.
It's like Halo, right? The games stand on their own, and then the books and stuff and the universe and all the expanded universe, it enriches it. So that's where I was like, Destiny kind of just falls flat for me.
And like again, so like I was having that problem completing that mission, right? And like that's what you get to do, like the battle rifle and like a bunch of stuff from their other games. Like what's their first game? It's Escape. Mayhem?
No. Is it?
It's Mayhem. I think it's Mayhem.
I think it's like starts with an M, but it's like
Marathon.
That's it.
Yeah, so like you can unlock a bunch of stuff from those games. But it was so hard to do, and like my friend who plays Destiny like religiously, like let me give you a little example here of what I mean by religiously. If we go to, so he has 1171 hours on Destiny 2.
Is that where's that reported?
Steam.
Because, like, he might have had more if he played it off Steam, right? Like, because it was on Activision launcher for a bit.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So he probably has way more than that.
So anyway, I digress. He plays a ton of Destiny 2. And, like, I'm not shitting on the game or anything, but, like, this is just why I don't think it's a game for me. He has, like, probably some of the best gear you can get right now, or so he tells me. And, like, it looks nice, right? Yeah. But like he was still kind of dying 3, 4, 5, 6 times for these missions we were doing anyway that he was helping me out on. So it's like, well, dude, you have like 44 hours invested this week alone.
I know. And
you're not that much stronger than I am. So like, why am I doing this grind? You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, I know. The grind, I always felt like it didn't make sense in a shooter like this. Like I've played games like Borderlands and stuff where I felt like it was okay.
Sure.
But like I never really, I don't know, I just don't really jive with those games. I think it's because I came from a game like Halo where it wasn't like you had these bullet sponge enemies. Like, sometimes you get like a boss encounter that's spongy where they take a million hits to die. But like, I don't know. It just, in Destiny, it feels even worse. Remember when we tried to play the game? Like I think we just got like our CX48 4K boys or something.
Yeah, we
were like, let's play an HDR game.
Yeah.
And we like ended up in some instance, like it was supposed to be an easy one. And how many times did we do that boss fight over and over and over? And we just couldn't do it. And we had a dude with us, and I was like, how did this guy not leave us? Like we are sucking so bad. Like we couldn't figure out, like, for the light. I was like, how are we supposed to beat this? It was literally impossible.
Yeah. And everything in that game was a bullet sponge, man.
Yeah.
Everything.
But like, I was just like, this doesn't make sense, like how hard it was. Like I was like, so I have to grind like hardcore just to be able to do this. I don't know. I just didn't. I felt cheated, and
no, I get it too.
I don't know, man.
How I
it's like I want to have fun content, like not grindy content. I don't know.
Right.
So like I don't know. I just didn't really. I love like some of the things with Destiny. I didn't really care for the story, but like yeah, it just didn't vibe with me. Is all I'm saying. But yeah, interesting that they are being picked up by Sony. But really, I think it's the long game, dude. The long con, because Destiny 2 will remain multi-platform, but I think that they gotta have plans for like Destiny 3. Yeah, they have to. I'm pretty dang sure they said no to Destiny 3, but like we knew that was bullshit as soon as I heard that. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, dude, but I don't really care because like I think Bungie's like whatever, dude. Destiny, I don't care. I'm sure Sony will love it, but whatever.
It'll be more of the same.
The same. I don't know. So especially because they are remaining independent. So I don't care. Right. Anyway, dude, what else we got to talk about, dude? I think that's pretty much it, dude.
Yeah, man. I think we're.
Do you want to wrap it up? Do you got another topic?
I don't. I mean, I think this is probably one of our more concise podcasts.
It needed to be concise because, like, they're just honestly, if there's not a lot of news, dude, we won't talk. We won't talk.
Yeah, like we're not a filler, dude.
We don't want to be
Destiny,
filler,
dude.
All content, all the way.
We're not bullet sponges, dude.
No. All right, dude. Let me hit the old button. Anyway, thanks for watching and listening to the Technosthetic podcast. You can watch us on YouTube if you're not already doing so to see the video version. If you want to listen to the audio one, we're on all your platforms from Apple Music, Google Music, Play, whatever. We're on Amazon, we're on Spotify, we're on your platforms, guys. Check us out. Check out technosthetic.com.
Check us out, dude.
Where you can email us directly and give us suggestions and just say hi. And we'll see you guys next week on the podcast.
Peace.